My name is Isabella, and if you're watching this, you're probably interested in applying to QKids, which is great because I applied a few weeks ago and I just got hired. So if you have any questions, feel free to comment or message me. But first, I'm going to just tell you a little bit about the interview process. So when you first apply, you submit your resume and a short video, which link below for my video. And after that, if they like your application, they'll schedule a demo interview 1 with you. They send you about 30 minutes to an hour of resources to look over in advance. This interview, they basically just want to see that you know how to use a computer, that you've gone over their resources, that you're willing to learn and adapt to what they've given you. So in my interview, I had spent some time going over all the resources. So she's asking, how does this tool work or how does this work? And is able to answer all those questions. The other thing is she wants you to review a few games, basic games, like how they teach vocabulary, how they practice some new sentences or some old sentences, review some stuff. And if you've reviewed those and know how to do those, you'll be great. They also want to make sure when you're going over those games that you have a great personality for working with kids and that you're very personable and also open to some constructive criticism, because she will give you a few pointers how to do something better, and they want to check that you're willing to learn and adapt to those things. She also asked me one interview question, which was basically why I want to work for QKids and how my skills would benefit QKids and my previous experience would go along with that. And I've previously taught English in Vietnam to elementary students and also in the US to refugees, and so I mentioned that briefly. And also I mentioned how I really like the idea of QKids because they have all the resources and curriculum already prepared for teachers, which means you can spend a lot more time focusing on interacting with the kids instead of planning. That went really well. The interviewer was really friendly and great, and she scheduled my second interview right away. And again, she assigned about 30 more minutes to an hour of some more resources to look over. Then she referred me to the learning facilitator who the second interview would be with. And I looked over all the games. They're a little bit more complicated games. And just beware, in the second interview, they will ask you up to 6 interview questions. These are basic interview questions. She only asked me 3. The first one was why I want to work for QKids. Second was how much experience do I have teaching English. And third, she asked how I would teach 5-year-olds and 12-year-olds differently. And obviously to that one, you can say something about how 5-year-olds you use a lot more pictures, 12-year-olds, you're going to be using a lot more discussion. And when 5-year-olds, you want to offer lots of praise. Great job, you did it! And for 12-year-olds, you can turn it down just a little bit because they're older, they're already on their way to more conversation and stuff like that, teaching English. She also asked what my current job is, and I told her, and then we went through some of the games. We actually didn't go through all of them, although I would definitely recommend you practice all of the games that she's given you ahead of time, just so you know what's going on. And hint, if you have forgotten how the game works in the interview, you can always click on the light bulb button that's in the corner, and it gives you a hint about how to walk through the game. I would recommend making sure that you're teaching the learning facilitator in the same way that you would be teaching real students, because they want to see how you would be like in a real class. And again, be open to whatever constructive criticism she has, because she will point out things like, make sure to ask the students to speak a lot because the parents are paying for this and they really want their students to be able to speak. They shouldn't be you talking all the time. Or make sure, the kids get diamonds. As you'll see in the program, they reward diamonds for any time you say like, great job or something, you give all the students diamonds. So that was demo interview 2. and it went pretty well, and she scheduled me for trial classes. You should have, I think, about 2 to 5 trial classes. She went ahead and scheduled me for 4, and after the first 2, which they went pretty well, I had trouble staying on track for time. It's very easy to go over because, you know, students, you can just be practicing and then all of a sudden you're out of time. So that shouldn't be an issue in case you're worried about what am I going to do for 30 minutes teaching. But don't worry about that. And then the second class I did better on, and then after that she messaged me some suggestions and some tips, and she said that, you know, parents really loved how you're really interactive, so that's something to remember. Be really interactive with the kids. And yeah, and then after those 2 classes, I had the next 2, and she watched the videos for those, and she said, congratulations, you're hired. So now I just have to send my availability to the class coordinators, and I should be teaching really soon as a QKids teacher, and I'm really excited. Also, if you have any questions, again, let me know. I'd be love to answer any questions you may have about the application process so far that I can answer. And if you are interested in applying, be sure to use my referral code below. That would be fantastic. Thanks. Happy teaching.